You ever have that moment when an animal just chooses you? Like, out of nowhere, they decide you're the one? That's exactly what happened with a stray cat I named Whiskers. And honestly, I still can't believe how it all went down. So, picture this. I'm sitting on my porch one evening, just minding my own business, when I see this scruffy orange tabby lurking by my fence. He was skinny, like really skinny, and his fur was all matted and dirty. You could tell life on the streets hadn't been kind to him. His eyes were wide, constantly scanning for danger, and every little sound made him flinch. I immediately felt this pull, like I had to help him somehow. The first thing I did was grab some tuna from my kitchen. I put it in a bowl and slowly walked toward him, keeping my distance. "Hey, buddy," I whispered. "You hungry?" The moment he saw me coming closer, he bolted, just vanished into the bushes like I was some kind of threat. But here's the thing. The next morning, the bowl was empty. That became our routine. Every evening, I'd leave food out. Every morning, it'd be gone. For weeks, I never actually saw him eat. He was like a ghost, only appearing when he thought the coast was clear. I started talking to him even when he wasn't around, hoping somehow my voice would become familiar, less scary. "Whiskers, I know you're out there. I'm not gonna hurt you, buddy." Then one day, everything changed. I was putting the food bowl down when I heard this soft meow behind me. I froze. Slowly, I turned around, and there he was, standing about 10 feet away, just watching me. Our eyes met, and for the first time, he didn't run. My heart was pounding. I didn't move, didn't even breathe too loud. I just crouched down and stayed perfectly still. And you know what he did? He took a step forward, then another, then another. I couldn't believe it. He came right up to the bowl and started eating while I was still there. I could see every rib through his fur, and his ears had little tears in them, probably from fights with other strays. But in that moment, watching him finally trust me enough to eat in my presence, I felt this overwhelming sense of purpose. If you're enjoying this story and want to see more heartwarming moments like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. We've got so many incredible rescue stories coming your way. Over the next few weeks, Whiskers started showing up earlier and earlier. Sometimes he'd arrive before I even put the food out, like he was waiting for me. I began sitting farther away from the bowl, then gradually closer, testing how much proximity he could handle. One rainy afternoon, I left my back door slightly open, with a trail of treats leading inside. I sat on my couch, pretending to watch TV, but really I was watching that door out of the corner of my eye. 20 minutes passed, then 30. I was about to give up when I saw his little orange head poke through the doorway. He looked terrified, but curious. He'd take one step in, then dart back out. In, then out. It was like watching someone work up the courage to jump into cold water. Finally, he committed. He stepped inside, grabbed a treat, and immediately ran back out. But he came back, and each time he stayed a little longer. The breakthrough moment happened on a Sunday morning. I was making coffee when I felt something brush against my leg. I looked down and nearly dropped my mug. Whiskers was rubbing against my shin, purring like a little motor. I slowly crouched down and extended my hand. He sniffed it cautiously, then, and I'll never forget this, he bumped his head against my palm. That gentle headbutt was his way of saying, "Okay, I trust you now." From that day on, everything changed. Whiskers became a permanent fixture in my house. He'd wait by the door for me when I came home from work. He'd curl up on my lap while I read. He even started sleeping on my bed, right on the pillow next to mine. But here's what really got me. He still went outside whenever he wanted. I never locked him in, never forced him to stay. The door was always open. He could have left any time, gone back to his old life, found another house, another person, but he didn't. He chose me, and he kept choosing me every single day. I took him to the vet, got him checked out, vaccinated, the whole deal. The vet said he was probably around 3 years old and had definitely been living rough for at least a year. They cleaned him up, treated some infections, and when I brought him home, he looked like a completely different cat. His fur became soft and shiny. His eyes, once filled with fear and exhaustion, now sparkled with mischief and contentment. He gained healthy weight and started doing that thing cats do where they just flop over and show you their belly, the ultimate sign of trust. Watching him transform was like watching a flower bloom. Every day he became more confident, more playful, more himself. He'd chase shadows on the wall, ambush my feet under the blanket, and sit in the window for hours watching birds and squirrels. But the most incredible part? The way he looked at me. There's something profound about earning an animal's trust, especially one that's been hurt or abandoned. It's not given freely. It's earned through patience, consistency, and genuine care. Whiskers taught me so much about resilience, about second chances, about the capacity for healing when you're given love and safety. He didn't need a fancy house or expensive toys. He just needed someone to see him, to not give up on him, to prove that not all humans were a threat. Now I can't imagine my life without him. He's not just a pet, he's family. He's my reminder that sometimes the best things in life are the ones that choose us, not the ones we choose. And that patience and compassion can transform not just an animal's life, but your own too. So here's my question for you. Have you ever had an animal choose you? What was that moment like? Drop your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear them.